Hello and welcome to another segment of the East Brunswick Advisory Health Council's Wellness Spotlight. We're inside at the East Brunswick Public Library and Senior Citizen Center where Healthy, Wealthy, Wise is taking place this year. I'm one of the exhibitors here at Friedman Chiropractic Center, but I'm going to be leaving my table and going along with you, doing a little tour of Healthy, Wealthy, Wise and introducing you to some of the vendors who are participating today at today's events. And we're going to be giving you some special information about what you need to know in order to be able to live a healthier, happier, more productive life. I'm here today with Middlesex County Freeholder Jim Poulos. Jim, welcome.
Oh, thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here.
And what position do you also hold within the county?
In January, I took over as chairperson of the Public Safety and Health Committee for Middlesex County.
So what's been happening that everybody needs to know?
Well, we've been trying to look at health as it exists currently in Middlesex County and how we can improve the level of service for the municipalities where we provide service. One of the things that we're going to be doing this year is going town by town, meeting with the mayors and business administrators, our health director and public safety director and myself, to sit down and talk to the communities about the health services we've been providing. In some communities, we've been providing health services for more than 20 years, but I'd like to revisit it. As a new chairperson, I'd like to sit down with the communities, talk about what we're doing well, what we could be doing better, how we can enhance the level of service for the communities, and see what type of additional services we might be able to provide.
That's excellent, because in following the private sector, a lot of progressive companies today are investing in more wellness-based information, because for every dollar that's invested in wellness, there's about a 3 to 4 to 1 ROI, so it'll reduce injuries on the job and improve productivity and improve presenteeism and reduce absenteeism. Have you gotten any ideas from being at the expo today?
I've gotten quite a few ideas, and one of the ideas is that I think we need to sit down in the next few weeks and talk about how we can incorporate a health and wellness plan into our county plan. And you're correct, the private sector I think does a great job of introducing that type of curriculum, if you will, into their employer, with their employees and into their employment structure. I'm not sure we do it as well at the county, so if we could create an opportunity to do that for our residents through our county forces, perhaps create a health and wellness committee, perhaps ask someone like yourself to participate in something like that, I'm sure we can devise or design something that could work well for our residents.
Well, Jim, thank you so much for coming down today and honoring us by coming in and by supporting this program today.
Thank you, and good luck with this fair. I'm really glad that you did something like this. We can learn a lot from it and use it as a model for other communities as well.
I'm here now with Dr. Jim Salwitz, who's also a long-standing member of the Advisory Health Council and is manning the booth for the Advisory Health Council today. Thanks for being part of the event, Jim.
Oh, it's my pleasure, Ken, absolutely. It's fun to be here.
You know, it always surprises me, and it probably does you too, how little most people know about the Advisory Health Council around town.
Absolutely. You know, it's interesting today at the event, a number of people are surprised that we even have such a council. I had someone who said, been here for 25 years, and they said, I never even heard of the Advisory Health Council. And I think it plays an important role in the city, so we're happy to be here today.
We both serve on it, but why don't you take a couple of minutes and just explain to the viewers what it is the Advisory Health Council does?
Well, the council reports directly to the mayor and to the town council. It's a volunteer body, and its purpose is basically twofold. Its one major purpose is to advise the council and the mayor on health crises and health problems that come up. For example, when the bird flu issue came up last year, and how should the town respond, what changes should be made to protect the citizens from immediate and long-term health issues. And that's probably our most critical role. And then the other role, such as today here at the meeting today, is one of education. I'm just getting out important initiatives as far as health and quality and taking care of yourself and things going on around the town, such as your EBTV slots, so that people know how to take care of themselves and know what's available. And that's a critical part of our role in the city as well.
And then in town, Dr. Salwitz, you work with Central Jersey Oncology.
Right. So we're a medical oncology practice. We treat adults here in East Brunswick. We're also within the area. We go to Robert Wood Johnson Hospital as our main hospital, also St. Peter's. And we've been here a long time. This is our 32nd year in practice in the town.
Can I put you on the spot a second? I wanted to ask you, for your own patients, once they've completed their care and they've been successful in their care protocol, what advice do you give them to be able to avoid cancer and be at their healthiest?
I don't think you can overstate how important it is to take care of yourself physically not only to prevent cancer, but also to stop cancer from recurring. You know, we have an immense amount of increasing research that shows that a balanced diet, which means red meat only twice a week, keeping sugars at a relatively modest amount, combined with a regular exercise program. And I really don't mean preparing for marathons. I mean getting out and walking half an hour, 3 to 5 times a week. I mean maybe swimming, whatever comes easiest to you. But the amazing part of that, to answer the specific question, is we have an increasing amount of research that shows that even that basic exercise and diet significantly decreases the chance not only of getting cancer in the first place, but of cancer recurring. And it's not just about weight. It is actually has to do about being out, moving, building up your immune system so you can fight off cancer, getting your body stronger. You know, we think of ourselves as exercising to feel stronger and better on that day. But I think the biggest part of exercising is preparing your body for whatever challenges there are to come.
I think most people mistakenly think that health is an event. You know, you go to a doctor, you have an operation, you take a drug. When you're done with your course, then you're healthy. But really, it's more of a process. And by doing things on a regular basis, that process of regular, good lifestyle-based activities that contribute to better health and wellness is really what it's all about.
You know, I think we fool ourselves in thinking what healthcare is about, because we have a healthcare-oriented industry which is based around crises. I mean, patients don't come to me until suddenly they have cancer. But instead, what they should be doing is spending a lifetime just trying to stay away from me. You know, which means not waiting till an event happens, you know, and not doing things like smoking, not doing things like eating too much, not doing things like getting exercise, and then all of a sudden, suddenly they have a terrible, overwhelming event. They should instead be spending their lives protecting themselves from these things happening by constantly exercising, proper diet, etc., to keep themselves in balance and avoiding coming to see me at all.
Oh, you're preaching to the converted, my friend.
I'm not surprised.
Thank you so much, Dr. Salwitz, for everything that you do for the community, and especially for your years of service on the Advisory Health Council.
Ken, thank you for doing this event. This is a really important event, and we really appreciate you doing this.
I'm here with Donna Acapinti from Visiting Physician Services. Welcome.
Thank you. It's great to be here. What a great event it is today.
Thank you. So what is it that your company does?
Well, we are doctors that make house calls, believe it or not. Just like in the old-fashioned days, we are physicians that come to the home. We basically cater to the elderly, homebound population. And we provide all kinds of medical care, from physical exams to diagnostic testing, all kinds of chronically ill disease management.
Do your physicians need to be referred by the patient's primary, or can they just make a phone call and have your doctors come down?
Basically, they can call us directly. We essentially become our patient's primary care doctor. Our service is for people that have difficulty getting to the doctor. Perhaps they don't drive any longer. Maybe physically they have challenges. So we essentially become their primary doctor.
Now, does a person have to be homebound in order to be able to qualify to use your services?
Essentially, they have to have difficulty getting out of the house because our service is covered under Medicare. Medicare has certain guidelines which dictate who can really qualify for a house call. So as long as there is some degree of difficulty getting out to the doctor, we can make a house call.
Does Visiting Physician Services have any special advice for people to be able to be healthier?
Well, what we do is we encourage people, if they have not gone to a doctor in a long time and they have difficulty, maybe they don't drive, maybe they can't get to the doctor, we encourage them to think about a visiting physician, because our visits can help keep them healthy, keep them at home, out of the hospital and out of the emergency room. So we encourage people to take that step once they reach a point of really having trouble getting to their own doctor.
Donna, for people who want more information about Visiting Physician Services, how can they reach you?
They can call us at 732-571-1000. That's our main office. We're headquartered in Eatontown, New Jersey, and we serve not only Middlesex County, but we do serve Essex, Union, Monmouth, and Ocean counties.
You have a website?
We do have a website. It's www.visiting east-physician.com.
Thank you, Donna, and thank you for being part of the Healthy, Wealthy, Wise Expo. I'm here now with Janice Cicchino of Range of Motion Physical Therapy. Janice.
You get extra points for saying it correctly, yes.
You know what? Just saying your last name is physical therapy on my mouth.
There you go.
So welcome to the Healthy, Wealthy, Wise Expo.
Thank you very much. Pleasure to be here.
Tell us a little bit about Range of Motion Physical Therapy.
Range of Motion Physical Therapy is in East Brunswick. We've been there for over 22 years. Maria Alfieris owns Range of Motion. She's a therapist that trains. All the therapists that work for Range of Motion are trained by her. And we have a unique approach on wellness and physical therapy because it's all hands-on. Very, very, very little machinery. It's not a circuit situation where, go work 20 minutes on this machine, go work on that machine, so on and so forth. It's all hands-on.
I know it's a common complaint among people these days because, especially in a managed care environment, where they're really not paying the fees that they used to pay years ago.
Right.
The therapists are incentivized by putting people on machines and walking away, and they feel like they're getting, shaked and baked.
Exactly, and that's exactly, you use that shake and bake, that's exactly what we try to very hard to avoid. And again, it's all hands-on approach. It's a technique called myofascial release.
Release, yes.
And I'm not a therapist, so I can't get real technical about how it all works, but they do it, and they do it well. We have a very large senior citizen community. Stands to reason with that. They love it. They get treated and pampered like queens and kings and hot packs and all snug as little bugs in a rug. We also recently started with, last year, with pediatric physical therapy. And, obviously there's a rising situation of obesity among children, and we are trying to combat that. And we accept almost all insurances, including Medicare. And with a prescription from a doctor, you come to Range of Motion, I guarantee we will help you out.
And Janice, how do people get a hold of you?
Call the office. You can call the office again, 732-257-0900. Ask for Claire, and Claire is our office manager and basically does everything for everybody. And she will be able to answer any questions you have or set you up with appointments, help you out in any way, and anything to do with the insurance, Claire will do.
Janice, thanks so much for being part of Healthy, Wealthy, Wise.
My pleasure. I hope I helped out, and it's, like I said, it's a pleasure to be here.
I'm here now with Rochelle Volsaw from East Brunswick Foot Care.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good.
You enjoying the Healthy, Wealthy, Wise Expo?
Yeah, of course.
So tell us about East Brunswick Foot Care.
So we are a podiatry practice that specializes in foot ankle. We have 2 podiatrists currently, and we're myself and Dr. Sharon Jogue, and we really have patient-centered care. So it's we keep the whole patient in mind, not just their feet and their ankles.
And where are you located?
Better. We're moving offices right now. We're going to be located in Old Bridge. Currently, we're in East Brunswick. That's why we're called East Brunswick Foot Care. So, and now our new location is on Route 18 South in Old Bridge.
So, can you give us some idea about the services that you provide?
Sure. We range from, routine foot checkups for diabetics to orthotics to diabetic foot shoes. We provide home care to people who can't leave their houses. I think it's really important that we don't forget about patients that can't leave their homes and still need that care. And so, the house call might, not be around that often, but it's at our office now. As far as everything else, trauma, bunions, hammer toes, you name it, whatever foot and ankle problem you have, we could take care of it.
And if somebody wants to reach you, where can they find you?
eastbrunswickfootcare.com, and you could just give our office a call.
And your phone number?
732-679-8700.
Do you have a tip for our viewers at home on how they can have better foot care?
Sure. You should definitely see podiatrists once a year for your daily checkup, but I think also the most important thing just in general is keep moving. Move every day.
Thank you, Dr. Rochelle.
Yeah.
I'm here now with Sharon Dubinsky, who is the owner and director of Brunswick Reading and Speech Center. Welcome to Healthy, Wealthy, Wise, Sharon.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
So how's your experience here today?
I love it. I'm meeting lots of new people. People are coming in asking about reading services for children and how to help improve reading services. And we're in the library, so it's a perfect place to speak about that.
So where is your office located?
It's located in East Brunswick, right off Cornwall Drive, directly to the left of the fields, which is that indoor sports
Athletic
complex.
facility, yes. And tell us about the people that you help read and speak better.
I help children who are struggling in school with reading. Mostly dyslexic children, but they don't have to be dyslexic. They have to have an issue with reading, that they're not doing well, that they're frustrated in school, their self-esteem is lowered, their confidence is lowered. And because of that, they're hating school. They come in, they hate school, they hate reading. And they come to me, and I just remediate that, and I turn everything around.
And how old are the children that come to you?
I have children from kindergarten all the way through high school.
And how long does it take to be able to help a child improve their ability to speak and read?
Well, that's, it depends on the child. I will never give a specific time limit. It all depends on the child and how fast the child is being remediated, what they do at home to help practice. And, I have children that are there for 5 years. I have children that are there for a year, and they're doing well. So I don't have contracts. I don't sign up, for a specific set of time. I just do what I have to do, tell the parents what is going on. I teach the parents what I'm doing so they can do it at home, and we move forward from there.
Now, in addition to having been a teacher, I understand that you have also taken specialized training and have specialized degrees in this as well.
Yes, I'm a learning consultant. So I work on child study team in North Brunswick where I test children so I can tell if they're eligible for special services. And I also am a dyslexia specialist, and I'm an Orton Gillingham trainer, which is a specialized reading program. So I teach other teachers also how to do this program.
Sharon, what advice can you give to parents that are interested in having their children who may have challenges reading, read better, or who are reading but want to improve their level of reading?
The best thing I can tell parents is to read with their children. Bring them to the library. If they're having difficulty reading, read to your children. They should be immersed in language. Have them listen to records with lots of rhyming, children's songs with rhyming on it. That's really, really important to beginning readers. Have books on tape. Come to the library here. They have tons of books on tape for children. Anything, but read, read, read.
Thank you, Sharon, from Brunswick Reading and Speech Center.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure.
I'm here now with Officer Craig Hoover from the East Brunswick Police Department. Welcome to the Healthy, Wealthy, Wise Expo.
Thank you.
What is the police department doing at an expo for Healthy, Wealthy, Wise?
Well, we're here today. Everybody's here, obviously here for the well-being of everybody. Police department set up a table today to discuss their personal well-being of the residents in township with regard to not being a victim of a crime. So we're here distributing information to residents to kind of keep them streetwise or street smart with regard to different scams or crimes that they can fall victim to, and promote good community awareness.
What are some of the most common things that the residents should be aware of these days?
Well, we've had a number of different burglaries in the township, which we've done a couple of PSAs on through EBTV. We also have motor vehicle thefts that are deriving out of motor vehicles. We also have a number of different scams that some of the residents of town fall victim to, especially the elderly. So we're promoting awareness in those areas as well.
And are there any special hotlines or numbers that the police department has established to be able to help residents?
Yes, we have a EB tip line, which is 732-4EB-TIPS, which is a EB tip line. If anybody sees anything and wants to call that, they can remain anonymous. And we also are promoting our Neighborhood Watch program within the township today as well.
Well, thank you very much for being part of the program today, Officer Hoover, and thank you for what you and all the officers in the township do to help make East Brunswick be a very safe place in which to live.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you for having us.
I'm here with Dr. Amira Jacob and Ronnie Lee from the Center for Speech and Hearing Sciences. Welcome to Healthy, Wealthy, Wise.
Thank you.
Tell us about your office and what you do.
I'm a doctor of audiologist, of audiology, and I see kids and adults, and what we do is like a hearing tests and central auditory processing testing and musician plugs and hearing aids, and also speech pathology, which Ronnie is a speech pathologist with us. And we are 2 audiologists in the office and 1 speech pathologist.
And Ronnie, how long have you been doing this work?
I have my Master's of Science degree from Columbia University in 1982. So we've had the office for 28 years. And I offer bilingual speech-language services in Chinese. We work with early intervention children from birth and go through the seniors, through geriatrics. For those with neurological concerns like stroke patients or voice patients, and children who may need to communicate from voice aspects with vocal cord nodules or fluency. So we try to communicate whether you're bilingual or any type of assistance in swallowing difficulty.
Amira, we live in such a noisy world. What advice or tips can you give to the people at home on how they can protect their hearing?
The best thing is to protect your hearing, not to go to clubs and those noisy places, not to use the iPods that is so close to the eardrum that it can hurt really your hearing and nerve, and it will not come back. Eventually it will hurt and you need hearing aids at the end. And sometimes with hearing aids, even with hearing aids, it's so difficult to correct the hearing. So we have to really be careful with the noise with that.
I'm here now with my friend and colleague, Dr. Michael Spadafino of Spadafino Chiropractic Center. I want to thank you so much for all the years of dedicated service that you've given the community on the Advisory Health Council.
Thank you very much. It's always been a pleasure to serve the community.
Your comments are always valued. So tell us about your office, Dr. Mike.
Well, I've been here in East Brunswick over 25 years on Summerhill Road, and primarily our services are chiropractic, which is taking care of the body and making sure you can be as healthy as possible, which is why this kind of an event is perfect for me and for what I do, because health is not just about, trying to get well after you've been sick, but it's about being healthy so that you don't ever get into that situation or your body is in the best possible situation to be able to fight any kind of illness or condition.
And tell us about the type of patients that seek your care.
Well, we do get patients that come for primarily they're in pain, they've had an injury, or they're trying to find some alternative to medication and surgery. So we offer that kind of alternative to be able to heal a body naturally and let the body's own healing processes do the best it can to heal a person, whatever their irritation or problem is, so that in the long run they can be generally healthy.
Do you specialize in taking care of adults, or do you attract children to under your care, or geriatrics, or a little bit of everything?
Well, a little bit of everything. I do have a certification in sports injuries, so I do attract a lot of the sports injury type situations. I do stay very involved in the school system, athletics, and try to be of service for athletic injuries there. And as well as it's a situation with chiropractic. In order to be healthy, it's a cradle to grave type of situation where from the time a person's born all the way through their life, in order to be able to be healthy, it's important to have good spinal health too.
That's right, Mike. And because this event is about healthy, wealthy, wise, what kind of tips can you give our viewers at home that may not have been able to come down and speak with you personally today? What kind of things can you share with them to help them have a healthier life?
Well, of course, the foundation of the triad, of course, is eat right, be fit, have a good mental attitude, are really the things that people talk about all the time in order to be able to be healthy, because all those things together, good nutrition, exercising, get enough rest, and having a good mental attitude are all a great foundation. But of course, being a chiropractor, I also have a very strong belief system that removing any kind of nerve interference that will make you unable to evaluate what's happening in your environment is detrimental as well, and that's very important.
So by going for regular chiropractic checkups and removing the interference to function, your body's capable of not only being able to get the most out of the foods you eat and the rest that you get and the exercise that you perform, but also to have a healthier, more productive life and a stronger resistance to illness and disease.
Absolutely, because it's been well known and well documented that when you are free of nerve interference, your body is able to handle the environmental changes that take place around you much better.
And that seems to be the general trend today. Most people are being a lot more proactive with their health. They're doing things that help them have a much higher level of wellness and be able to help their body perform better.
Right, because as I said, cradle to grave, when it comes down to people that are reaching a more elderly state, start to think that their body is no longer capable of handling the activity level that they want to have, and chiropractic is very well suited to be able to help people maximize their ability to enjoy life to a greater extent.
Mike, for people who would like to speak with you directly, how do they contact you?
They can call us at 732-254-0800, or you can go to my website, spadafinochiropractic.com, and get information, and also be able to get the information needed to be able to contact us there too.
So this event would not be complete unless I spoke with Sandy Katarzi, who is the East Brunswick Township's liaison to the Advisory Health Council. Sandy, thank you so much for everything you did to help make this event so successful.
You're welcome.
What else do you do for the township?
I am a recreation supervisor, and I work with community services. We plan the special events that the township holds. Our department is responsible for the recreation programs as well as trips. And I also work with the community services of our township. We keep a small food pantry available at recreation for families in need.
Sounds like you're all very busy.
Very busy department we are.
Now, events like this just don't get pulled off without a lot of extra help. So who else was involved in making Healthy, Wealthy, Wise so successful?
Well, we did this jointly with the Senior Center, Rachel Steinberg, and with the library, Jill Work, and our department, Recreation.
And the Advisory Health Council.
Yes.
And I know that it's a sold-out event for vendors. There's probably going to be a lot of interest for next year. If anybody's interested in exhibiting at next year's event, how do they go about getting more information?
Well, they can contact any of the three offices. That would be Recreation, the library, and also the Senior Center. Any of us can answer questions and also put them on the mailing list for next year's literature. And we would welcome any new exhibitors that are interested. We welcome hearing from them.
You know, Sandy, I know you took over the role of Township Liaison to the Advisory Health Council from Karen Keskis, who served in that capacity for many years and did an outstanding job. It was big shoes to fill, and even though you've just started out, I have to tell you, you're doing a terrific job, and we love having you aboard and appreciate everything that you're doing.
Thank you very much. I'm enjoying my job, and I'm enjoying working with everyone.
Thank you, Sandy. This concludes another segment of the East Brunswick Advisory Health Council's Wellness Spotlight. I'm Dr. Ken Friedman, President of the Advisory Health Council, reminding you that wellness works when you work it.